Ladies and gentlemen, let me at the outset say what a great pleasure and honor it is to share the days with such dignitaries and also have the opportunity to address an audience as enlightened as all of you are. I've been participating in several events of Agriculture Today Group and ICFA. And I always begin by expressing my bit of apprehension that here I am amongst professionals, practitioners, scientists, and I'm a hardcore journalist. I'm not a scientist. I don't claim to have any knowledge of science. Whatever limited credentials I have to be standing here and addressing you is that by a quirk of fate, I happen to be posted in the Department of Animal Husbandry, Dairying and Fisheries and had a little bit of exposure to the issues which are involved here. Dr. Khan, I remember it was about 1 year back that we had a similar conference on bioagriculture or eco-agriculture. And I very distinctly recollect that there was a lot of quibbling about what is the definition of natural farming or ecological farming or biofarming. And thereafter, it prompted me to write an article on this issue. And Dr. Gauri also would bear me out. So that doubt still continues in my mind as to what we define as a natural agriculture. Because as I understand, agriculture by itself is not natural. Like today's farmer was yesterday's hunter. And it was the agriculture which also led to the advent of civilization. And it is agriculture which gave mankind food security and stability of assured food. I think Dr. Khan and Dr. Mehta made very valid point that when we talk in terms of natural farming or organic agriculture, or whatever name you might call it, it is to supplement and complement the agricultural practices and the development progress going on. Unfortunately, what has happened is that debate has become either or debate. And that either or debate is not very conducive to the progress and development of agriculture. If we see it in the context of India, I think one of the greatest success stories of this country, well, many people would say that the boom in information technology and other things would be the great success story. But I would say agriculture, which includes agriculture, crop husbandry, animal husbandry, poultry, dairy farming, has been the biggest success story of this country. People of my generation and many of you would know the PL 480 days when the country was on the verge of starvation as Sudan or other countries are today. And under very humiliating terms and conditions, we had to take substandard wheat grains, which we won't feed our livestock today, from the United States of America and distribute it to our population. Many people are under the misconception that it was an aid. It was not an aid. We purchased it. The only concession which was given under the PL 480 law of USA was that we could make the payment for the same in Indian rupees. That time dollar was an unknown entity in this country. From that situation in the 50s, today, immediately, I think after 3 or 4 decades, we reached a stage wherein we could boast of green revolution, and today we can boast of surplus. So this kind of successes as far as our agriculture is concerned owes it to certain interventions which we have done. So let us not try to stigmatize our success and stigmatize our development and growth in agriculture by saying that all our agriculture is now plagued with pesticides and harmful substances. Why I'm saying that is just a few years back when I was still in service, we had this I think maybe it was a National Milk Day or something. We're having a huge function, and the Honorable Agriculture Minister, then Agriculture Minister was Mr. Radha Mohan Singh. He was there and some others were there. One very senior officer, very senior officer representing a state government, well, he was my batchmate also, and Mr. Dr. Dalwai's batchmate too. He mentioned in a meeting of 30-40 people who were just sitting and having an informal discussion. Immediately off the cuff, his opening remarks, "Sir, हम दूध के नाम पर लोगों को जहर पिला रहे हैं. अगर ये तुरंत बंद नहीं किया गया तो इसके परिणाम बहुत बुरे होंगे." Now, it's a off-the-cuff statement. There may be some iota of truth in that. I'm not contesting that. But why am I highlighting this is that somehow the debate in terms of organic agriculture or bioagriculture, natural farming, is being hijacked by certain ideological posturing rather than science. So let this discussion be science-based, and Dr. Mehta and Dr. Khan, as they said, how can our traditional agriculture practices and the scientific interventions in agriculture be blended and married together to create a model which leads to sustainable agriculture and ecological agriculture. The FAO studies say that globally only 1.2% agriculture can be categorized as organic or natural. Only 1.2%. And the same FAO study says that 30% of the Indians' agriculture is 30% of the global agriculture is Indian. You see, when we talk in terms of our farmers being small and marginal and having very, very marginal small holdings which are economically or not viable. In the same breath, we talk in terms of heavy infusion of pesticides and chemical fertilizers. How many farmers can actually afford these kind of interventions? In dairy, typically our per farmer, per family cattle holding is two to three animals. A farmer which is sustaining on 2 or 3 animals, how can he be affording those heavy and costly antibiotics and these kind of industrially manufactured feed and fodder? All I'm saying is not that these issues are not critical. These issues are critical, but let the debate on these issues be an informed debate based on data and science, which has been empirically tested, and then arrive at solutions and have solutions which are a very ideal blend of our science, our traditional knowledge, as also the concern for ecological and sustainable agriculture. Lastly, this is an inaugural session. I'm not supposed to speak. Lastly, in the terms of, we have a very good niche market for products which are organically produced, and there is a very strong and very huge consumer base which is expanding. Consumers are demanding these products. Today you get an egg for 5 rupees for a single leg to 50 rupees for a single leg, and there is a market for both of them, which is a very good thing, for the agriculture sector. Why not ensure that the gains of this consumer boom are shared with the farmer also, rather than only the intermediaries in the entire value chain, that is processors and marketers and others. Thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen, because I'll have to speak few other things in the next session also. Thank you so much.